can also hide this stupid thing. Before anyone gets here, you know? If anyone gets here. You never know. You never know. How do I do this again? Menu, possibly? Desktop and dock? How do I do this? Oh my gosh, I always forget how to do this. Control, here we go. Automatically hide and show, always. There we go. Just makes it cleaner, you know? Makes it cleaner. Cool. Cool. Okay, so if no one shows up, I'm just gonna code. You know? Just gonna code. Oh, dude, we don't need Dark Reader on this. Yeah, Twitter's off. There we go. All right. Okay, so I think I'm good to go, right? I think I've got it. I think I'm ready. Just took a little bit, you know? Just took a little... Oh, we don't need Dark Reader on this either. Yeah, turn that off. There we go. Yeah, just took a little bit. Cool. Alright, does it actually work, though? That's the question, right? Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, it does work. Cool. That's done. Pretty much. I mean, that's done. Alright. Yeah. If no one shows up, I'm just gonna code. This is sweet. I'm into it. But yeah, I do just want to actually read this, though. Maybe I'll try to make a YouTube video out of this. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. It's not a 20-minute read. This is not a 20-minute read. Okay. Let's see. The lifetime of temporaries in Rust is a complicated but often ignored topic. Actually, am I going to read this? Or am I just going to code? I'll just wait. If no one shows up, it'll just be a coding stream. Otherwise, I'll talk about Superlet. I kind of need to know what it is, though. Just go over those lifetime temporaries, go over a few use cases. Superlet to give us more control. Rust statement, no context. Temporary string. Yeah, that's correct. The string will only be dropped after F is called. That is correct. I got this knowledge from like hard 1 Rust programming. You know, let's now a slightly harder one. Yeah, so this this is actually, yeah, okay. Let A, and so A has not been dropped, right? Because you're gonna reference it again. Because F was called, but you've assigned it to A. So now, how long does the temporary string live? This thing? The string gets dropped at the end of the let statement after F returns, but before G is called, or, which I think this makes sense, right? The string will be dropped at the same time as A after G is called. This one probably makes more sense, actually, right? Oh my gosh, Darren, what? I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Look, I just went to, it was my wedding anniversary, my 9th wedding anniversary. I went to the Grand Canyon, did some hiking, you know? But it's true, I am still here. Still here. Still going. This is the best lifetime reference. No, we're not learning about lifetimes. We're learning about Superlet. And we're learning about temporary. We're learning about this. Rust temporary lifetimes and Superlet. Right? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I took like a week off, you know? Because it was Thanksgiving. So, it's like the best time, right? Superlet, Rexace, Superlet. It was the best time to take a vacation and also to have an anniversary because you can take off like right after Thanksgiving dinner because like Black Friday, who cares? So you take off right after Thanksgiving dinner and you drive a little bit to wherever you want to be, right? So for me, since I'm in the West, I can drive to like all of the Mountain West, right? But not South Dakota. I don't know if that's the Mountain West. Or I could drive to like the Pacific Northwest, or like
What?
Arizona.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Shoot. I hope that alert actually made a sound because I heard it in my headphones. Oh, you know what's wrong? Super mid. What is Dreambird though? What is it? I don't know what it is. But Rexace, 2 months. 2 months of goodness. Okay, 2 months of incredible support for the stream. Thank you. You know what though? I gotta look at this. Oh wow, OBS is really looking good now. I gotta look at this this Dreambird thing. What is this? The best programming language? I mean, the fact that bird is spelled. Oh wait. Is this that fake one where it's like? Is it perfect? Yeah. I mean, they're obviously making fun of like Rust, right? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I did see this actually. I did see this. 2 months of remembering that I actually have the Prime thing. Rexus is like, don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, this isn't about you, Swelker. Okay, this isn't about you. All right. So there's two things today: the temporary lifetimes and Superlet, which I think is like a good idea. I don't actually know what it is. And then there's also Llamafile, right? Llamafile. I gotta try this. We gotta try this on stream before I jump. But yeah, so we gotta try this Llamafile. Single file LLMs. Single file SQL. Single file LLMs. When it has the word single file, I've got to do it. Like, I can't not do it. You know. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta look at this. What was I looking at? I was looking at work. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's get through this. Let me get through this thing. But yeah. So anyway, that's the best thing. Is like you have Thursday, Friday for free, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then it's like 4 days, but like only for 2, right? Actually, it's like, yeah, it's 4 days off work, but only 2 days, right? That you had to do for a vacation. It's great. Yeah, sweet. And you get to see all your family and everything because it's Thanksgiving. I don't know. All right, so let me see. We're going to go back down to where I was. Okay, so here we were, right? So A has a reference to the returned temporary string here, right? And so these are the options. And I think this one makes sense. The string will be dropped at the same time as A after G is called, right? But apparently in Rust currently, option 1 might work depending on what the argument to F is, right? But if you return the reference as bytes, then A would borrow from the temporary string, so we'd get a borrow checking error if we keep A around for longer. It's not great, you know? With option 2, we compile fine in both cases, but we might want to keep it temporary around much longer. Oh, yeah, it could be a deadlock. Right. Sounds like you might want to go for a third. Make it depend on the signature of F, which it already kind of does, I guess, right? But currently, Rust borrow checker only performs a check. It does not influence the behavior of the code. This is a very important and useful property for a whole variety of reasons. Won't this depend on the FN signature? Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. It does not influence the behavior of the code. This is a very important and useful property for a whole variety of reasons. As one example, a change from an F that takes a string slice and a reference of, or like a byte slice, I guess. That's what I can call that, maybe, right? Where the return value borrows the argument to a string where the return value is a static, right? Does not borrow, does not change anything at the call site, such as the point at which temporaries are dropped. So, as a choice between only option 1 and 2, Rust went for option 1. Oh, it drops the temporary at the end of the let statement. So now you can give it a longer lifetime, then borrow A, right? And so that's how you get around this, right? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy, right? So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. And I think I've run into this before where I'm like, how do I do this? And so that's why I'm like always doing a lot of lets now, which it kind of is a bummer because you don't actually need S to be its own like name, right? So you're adding another name to your code when you don't necessarily want it, which is more names are usually bad, right? But what are you gonna do? Okay, let's see. So in a nested call, so one more. So F has a string, a reference to a string, and then G calls F. Oh, so this is like, oh my gosh. The string gets dropped after F is called, but before G is called. The string will be dropped at the end of the statement, so after G is called. Yeah, it's nearly identical to the previous, a reference to the temporary, blah, blah, blah. It's all expressed as a single statement using a nested call, yeah. It is still true that option 1 might or might not work depending on the signature of F, and then option 2 might keep the temporary alive for longer than necessary. However, this time, option 1 would result in far more surprises to the programmer. Yes, something as simple as string from as bytes contains would not compile, because the string would be dropped after as bytes, right, before contains. It's also arguable that there's far less harm in keeping the temporaries around a bit longer. That is true, since they'll still be dropped at the end of the statement. That's what I think this person was saying with let, right? Like, this is fine because eventually when G gets called, S and A are both dropped, right? So yeah, that makes sense to me, right? Using lets feels un-Indian. I won't elaborate. It does. What about putting the lets in a hash map? I mean, you could put the lets in a hash map, but why though, right? I feel what Rust does currently makes a lot of sense. It's a pain to use, but it makes sense. Yeah, in terms of like the lifetime stuff, it does make sense. So Rust went with option 2. Regardless of the signature of F, the string is kept alive. The string is kept alive until the end of the statement, until after G is called. Yeah. So that I think that makes sense in this situation. I don't really usually do this though. Like I'm just so scarred by the borrow checker that like I always do I just do lets. If I start running into weird stuff, like if I do this, I typically don't do this. If I'm gonna pass a reference of a string like this, I will just make it a let. Because I've figured out that like that's the way to appease the borrow checker. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it's whatever, right? It's a small price to pay to not have a garbage collector, right? Let's move on to simple if statement. If F string from, okay, oh no, when is string dropped? Probably at the end of the if statement, right? It's because you're gonna use it here, but this branch will drop it, I think, right? After the body of the if. Yeah, that's what I would think, right? There is no reason to keep the temporary alive during the body of the if. Oh, that is true though, because you're not assigning it to anything. Yeah, that is. I didn't even think about that. Shoot. Russ went for option 1. Oh my gosh, I was totally wrong. Is evaluated. So they'll drop this when this is evaluated. That also makes sense though, right? But if you do like an if let, then that's like where things go differently, I think, right? An example where this is useful is when using mutex lock, which returns a temporary guard that will unlock when it is dropped. Okay, if mlock unwrap is empty. Right, here the temporary mutex guard from mlock unwrap is dropped right after is empty. Yeah, this does actually make sense. Will not unnecessarily stay locked. Okay, yeah. Oh, I see, I was just saying in an if let, right? Situation is different for if let and match because then our expression doesn't necessarily evaluate to a Boolean. Yeah, that's what I was, right. In this case, it should be dropped here, right? I hope. Right? The string is dropped after the body. Yeah, okay. Russ went for option 2. For example, if we have a vec of type mutex vec t, this compiles fine. Oh, is this about deadlocks? Is this all about deadlocks? Is that what super let is? The mutex is still locked here, right? So vec lock, right? The mutex, this is necessary because we're borrowing, yes. Okay, we need to have the read, or the read lock on the, we get a temporary, right. The bar lasts for the entire body because, yeah. There are also situations where this is not what we want. For example, if instead of the first use of pop, which returns a value rather than a reference. If let some x, oh, I forgot, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to turn on the stuff, the TTS stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't even know if it's going to work now. It might be too late, you know? It might be too late to do it. I don't actually know. Let's see. Got to start up Tau. We got to go here, start up redeem Ds, whatever it's called, right? We got to wait for Tau to start in Docker. All right. Okay, I think it's good. Okay. Now I got to try it, you know? You got to try it. We prefer the term unalive lock. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's see. Oh, what am I doing? I'm doing this. Let's see. Let's try whisper because I hate it.
I hate this.
Okay, so I gotta check OBS to see if it actually like did the thing. Because sometimes, like the other day, it was like loopback was being weird, right?
To us, we prefer the term unalive lock.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Yeah, I rated BeginBot yesterday. Oh my gosh, his setup was insane. His setup was insane. Like, he had voice changing on the fly. He had TTS for every single chat message, right? Every single message, he had TTS, and I was like, I kind of love this, right? Like, he was switching between David Attenborough and Prime, and I think he even somehow made it my voice for a second, and I almost didn't understand how that could happen. But yeah, it was crazy. And he had like this weird like filter on his stream is too much. I know, like, he's insane. Like, I don't know how he does all this stuff. I mean, I know it's like APIs, but like, yeah, I was like, wow, I need to step it up, you know, a little bit. I don't want to go too over the top, but like, you know, I gotta do a little something. I also put honey in this matcha. Dude, honey, milk, matcha. It's so good. It's so good. All right, let me see. The mutex is still locked, blah, blah, blah. This can be surprising. Okay, however, there it's also where this is not. If instead we pop. Oh, okay, so instead of first we pop, which returns a value rather than a reference. Ooh, value rather than a reference. Uh-oh, the mutex is still locked here. This is unnecessary because we don't want to borrow anything. Right. Because we got the value out of it, and now we're done with it, right? Yeah, interesting. This can be surprising. And result in subtle bugs or reduced performance. I don't care about reduced performance, but subtle bugs, not very good. Perhaps this is an argument that Rust picked the wrong option here, and maybe an argument for changing this in a future edition of Rust. See Nico's blog post on this topic for thoughts on how these rules could be changed. For now, the workaround is to use a separate let to limit the temporary lifetime. Is this like GigaChat music? What is this? To limit the temporary lifetime to that statement. Yeah, okay, so you just do a let outside of the if, right? And then you just go let some, right? Which is fine. I think this is fine. Like, I think it's okay to say, hey, just make it its own lifetime. And then you're thinking in lifetimes, right? You're like, oh, I need this X to live longer, right? Or I need this X to be dropped here, or dropped here, I'm sorry, right? Which is fine. I think that's okay. Or not X, but the lock itself, right? Temporary lifetime extension. Now we're getting into it. How about the situation? Let a string, and then you reference the reference. The string gets dropped at the end of the let statement, or the string will be dropped at the same time as A after F is called. I would probably say this. Option 1 will always result in a borrow checking error, so option 2 probably makes more sense, and that's indeed how Rust works today, yeah. The lifetime of the temporary is extended, right? Ronan, RU, what's up? Arch Linux, by the way. Does Begin use Arch? Syntax proposals will be interesting. Yeah, I want to see what that is. What was I doing? Oh, the lifetime of the temporary is extended, such that the snippet above compiles fine. Right. This phenomenon of a temporary living longer than the statement it appears in is called temporary lifetime extension. I did not actually. I never thought about it. I guess, right? Like, I just thought, oh, it's a reference, so it makes sense, right? Temporary lifetime extension does not apply to all temps that appear in a let statement, as we've already seen. The temporary string let a f string does not outlast the let statement. That is true. But if you reference the return of the function, note the extra ampersand. Temporary lifetime extension does apply to the outermost ampersand, which borrows the temporary that is the return value of f, right? Let a string from foo extend static. Oh my gosh. That's not, is that what it is? No, please don't put extends. I don't want extends. That sounds horrible. Let's see. Which borrows the temporary that is the return value of f, but not to the inner ampersand, which borrows the temporary string. For example, substituting stir len for f, right? Okay, dot len. Here the string is dropped at the end of the let statement, but the u size returned by len lives as long as a. Wow, this is wild. I can't believe the borrow checker can do this. There's a reference to a string, but from that reference we call len, right? And len is like I don't know what it is, u size. So you can just, it's a copyable, right? So you can reference the u size here, which you don't actually ever need to do, I guess, because u size you can just copy. But if you don't want to copy, I guess, right? This is not limited to let syntax, for example. Let person name string from extended. Extended. Oh, that is true, I guess. But you have to specify the lifetime in the person struct. Interesting. Okay, so in the snippet above, the temporary strings will have their lifetime extended, because even without knowing anything about the person type, we know for sure that lifetime extension is necessary for the resulting object. Yeah. The rules for which temps in a let statement get their lifetimes extended is documented in the Rust. I should really read this, but effectively it comes down to those expressions where you can tell from just the syntax that extending the lifetime is necessary. This whole article feels like a skill issue. Borrow checker whoops us all. Lifetimes are hard. Just gotta deal with it. I feel like leading into temp lifetimes might cause more subtle bugs. This feels like a sharp corner. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if it is a skill issue. I think it's always worth trying to make things easier, right? Like, I think it's worth trying to make Rust easier, honestly. And I don't know if it'll cause subtle bugs, but we'll see. I don't actually know, right? Function signatures are trait implementations. Okay, so extended, field, temporary. Yeah, this all makes sense, right? It's like you're boosting the lifetime. Yeah, it's extended. So this one's not, because it doesn't. Yeah. Okay, and this one's not either, right? And this makes sense, right? Okay. Sum123 is syntactically a function call to the function sum, right? I never struggled with this, and those who have might find this proposal. Yeah, I also this is not how I typically code Rust. Like, I like to give everything, which like, it kind of sucks because, like, you have to, here, like, I'll show you this example. Hold on. Let me just show you this. So this, like, so right here, right? This, I have a JSON thing that comes in, like a blob, and then I pass it to the user thing, right? And then here I'm using user twice, right? So one is I'm doing the from trait, and I don't impl from reference user. I impl from the actual owned value. So, like, before I was doing this, right? And so when I do this, then it's a borrow of moved value error, right? And that's, it's not good, right? Wait, do I have like a tear right here in reality, or is this fine? I think this is fine. And so then all I have to do is this, though. And then it just goes away, right? Because this one takes a reference. So I could just reference before I move. And that, I guess that's, I guess I've learned how to do that over time because these are largely independent, right? And here I already know that I have the user or I have an error, right? So it's like I already know I have it, so it's fine, right? But I basically want to do two things with one struct or one reference of a struct, right? Or one instance of a struct. And so like I don't know. It's not horrible, right? Like I don't think about it. Yeah, that's I don't think about it really. But I still want to know what I still want to know. Well, this seems reasonable. It does result when we consider the syntax for constructing a tuple struct or tuple variant. A function called to the function sum. So for example, sum not extended because sum could have, and you don't want to reference a sum really, like an optional value. That's kind of weird. So yeah, this, I bet you have never used this syntax. I have definitely never used this syntax. That is true. And that can be quite confusing. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why it might be, okay, so just for this optional case, I guess it makes sense because like you'd have to say like asref here. Like instead of you to do asref to get an inner reference to the, I don't know, I guess, you know? I imagine this is more suited for library development. Yeah, that's true. This is one of the reasons why it might be worth considering. Okay, so let's, for library development, I would say, there's like lifetimes everywhere, basically. Or at least you want it to be, because then you're like, okay, I don't want to take more memory out of the actual application than necessary. The value recognized to be constant without interior mutability and without destructor. In expressions like, okay, the value recognized to be a constant, these are constants. These are references to constants, and therefore automatically promoted to live forever. Whoa, my gosh. This means that these references will have a static lifetime. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So it'll compile this away, right? And it'll just be 3. I think. In cases where temporary lifetime extension and constant promotion could both apply, the latter takes precedence since it extends the lifetime the furthest. Constant promotion, not, okay. Oh, I see, so it picks, the bar checker picks which lifetime extension to use, like just for this let statement, or should it be static, right? If it's constant, it chooses static. Interesting. Okay, so I kind of want to just skip ahead a little bit, you know? I kind of want to skip ahead. Look at that markdown leak. Oh, I didn't even see it. Where was it? Oh, right here. Yeah, that's hilarious. It tried to end here, right? And then it tried to pick it back up. That's so funny. But it still worked, though, somehow, with the syntax highlighting, right? That's funny. All right, so let me see. Imagine we have something on a writer. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so, like, can we just keep applies to the final expression? Limitations, okay. I want to get to superlet because I want to get to Llama-file. Okay, this is a lot. Let's keep, you know, macro, okay. Yes, cool, macros. Usability, blah, blah, blah. Thanks to macro hygiene, file is inaccessible in the scope. That is true. Okay, cool. So let me see. Let's just not scroll. Let's just come here. Superlet. That's what we want to see. We've now seen several cases where we are limited by the restrictive rules of temporary lifetime extension, right? Okay. All right. Okay. The terrible hack required to make pin work nicely. Oh, I didn't even see that. Pin is probably useful, but yeah, that's fine. Each of these would have a nice solution if we had a way to opt in to lifetime extension. What is it though? Oh, it's literally super let. What if we could write a special kind of let statement that makes things live a bit longer than a regular let statement? Kind of like a superpower or a let in the super scope. How about super let? So this let writer is the block, right? This will get dropped, but this will live on, right? And so now we can use a reference to it and return that reference to writer. So now this is tied to this without a lifetime, essentially, right? Like without an explicit anonymous lifetime, right? Interesting. Let super file. Yeah. Super with friends? Yeah, it could be. I don't mind super let, I guess. But yeah, let super might be something, but I think super let, because then you could grep for super let instead of let, right? The super keyword would make the file live. Yeah, so this is interesting. So this would give you like an anonymous lifetime that you could then use in the outer block. I do like this. I think this is less confusing than like you have to drop to a lifetime, right? Because as soon as you mention lifetimes, people's eyes glaze over. They're like lifetimes. What in the world? Like, I don't want that. That sounds terrible. So that's like one. I think I could see this. I can see this happening. I can get used to it, so no biggie. Yeah. Oh, so let the scope. So let in the scope of its parent. Yeah. So this right here would be. This file could now be referenced and returned, right, into this block. And so, like, you've just tied file to writer by using superlet, right? Which is cool. Which is really cool. So the file has live as long as a writer. Yeah, this is really cool. I do like this, actually. I would actually really love this, because I'm starting to like, how can I use blocks more? Like, I never use explicit scope block syntax, and I really should. Like, instead of like, I'll just write a function, right? I'll always just write a function. But maybe I don't need to, you know? Maybe I don't need to. Do I like this music? I'm not actually into this, like, at all. But I can't do copyrighted stuff because I'm streaming on both. Don't worry about that search, okay? I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Oh, it changed. Okay, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is cool. I do like this. But I think that was the whole thing, right? Temporary Lifetimes 2024 RFC. I shared my idea, Superlet, with Nico Matsakis and Ding Zhang Fei. Okay, I mean, sometimes being an American, you know, like we're so far geographically from everyone else that we're like, culturally we don't understand, and like even like language we like don't understand. Who are excited about a way to de-sugar temporary lifetime extensions. They have been working hard on the exact definition and detailed rules of Superlet, together with a few new rules for temporary lifetimes for the next Rust edition. Nice. This combined temporary lifetimes 2024 effort is leading up to an RFC, which basically proposes reducing the temporary lifetimes where possible to prevent a deadlock in an if-let or match, and adding Superlet as a way to opt in to longer lifetimes. This is cool. And it's like, have I ever consciously used a temporary? I don't think I have. Like, I always just do let, right? And so Superlet, it's cool. Whatever gets us away from like, no one likes lifetimes. Everyone hates them, right? And so whatever gets us away from that, Clipped sounds good. Whatever gets us away from that is good, I think. Like, the less lifetimes that litter people's code, I think the better they'll feel about using Rust, right? Even if it's like super, and technically it's less characters than explicitly writing a function that returns a lifetime. But, you know, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? All right, so I wanna, well, I should take a break. Let's take a break. I wanna drink some matcha, honestly. This is so good. Multiple. This could also possibly make it less annoying to pass senders to a thread. Multiple senders. Or to multiple threads. That is true. To pass multiple senders. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all that stuff is good. Like, honestly, all that stuff is really good. Yeah, and it could possibly like cut down on like some of the future stuff, right? Some of that stuff. Go plus Rust enums plus pattern matching plus results plus options is greater than Wait, what? What? Super. Is that a hot take? Like, honestly, like, if Go had Rust enums and pattern matching and result and options, it wouldn't be Go anymore, right? But if someone makes that language where there's a quick compilation somehow with well, yeah, if there's no lifetime, if there's no borrow checker, and you have a larger runtime, which gives you Go channels, right? But it gives you Rust. If there was a language that had Rust, all those three things, and it had a Go-like runtime that's like not too big, not too small. It's not the JVM, but it's not, it's not Rust, right? Somewhere in there. That would be like my ideal language, probably, right? I Rust with Go's runtime. I would be into that, honestly. Isn't that VLang? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Is it? VLang. What is VLang? Oh, V. Wasn't this Vaporware for a long time? Right? Was it V? Or was it the other one? I forgot. Areas. Yeah, for areas. I mean, yeah, it looks like it. Maybe. Possibly. Not V. What's the other one? What's the other one called? I think it's called like Val Lang or something, right? Oh, they renamed it Hilo. Formerly Val, yeah, because there's too many V languages. People got confused. Oh yeah, this is the one with the subscript. This is a lifetime. This right here is a lifetime, right? In out is a reference, and like subscript is this like weird special function syntax for lifetimes, right? Because they just didn't want to put lifetimes in, right? So yeah, in out also is a very strange way to say, like, here's a reference, but like in out also means like this needs to live as long as this, I think, right? I'm not actually sure, because like we're referencing A and B, right? So yeah, this is, I don't know if this is better or worse than Rust. It's probably worst. Worst? It's probably worse, but yeah. In out is a pointer. Oh, it's a pointer. Okay, yeah. I thought it was a reference. Go is aggressively enough. Dude, what is up with this? Okay. It won't get better, sadly. Yep. Yeah, Go, like, it... Yep. Go is... I think Go is fine. I guess. I don't know. I just don't like it. Like, I'd rather write stuff in Rust. Like, that's as simple as it is, right? But yeah, Shine's Love, first time chatter. Welcome. Nice VLang mention. I don't know. Rust is good. All right, I really want to try this though, because like the cool thing about Llamafile is that I love single file things. Okay, I love single file things, but the real cool thing about this is it's using Cosmopolitan libc, right? Which, if you don't know anything about Cosmopolitan, it's written on top of actually portable executable, which is a how do I describe this? It's a it's not a hack. It's a platform agnostic way to create executables across Unix, Windows, and Mac OS, right? And so then someone took actual, it might be the same person. They took Ape, or actually portable executable, right? And they made this thing called Cosmopolitan libc. And it's a libc alternative, kind of like Muzzle, but it uses the actually portable executable to make code, C code, run across all these platforms, but there's no more like if-def stuff, right? You can just write C and then use Cosmo, and then there you go. Now you can run it across everything, right? Which is really cool. That's really cool. Cosmopolitan libc. Yes. Go is too simple for its own good. Yeah, you end up writing a ton of code that doesn't actually need to exist. Definitely a programmer named that because X was taken. That is true. But all this libc, like this is like probably the coolest libc that I've seen. And like there's a full Rust libc that I saw the other day. Do I have it in my... Oh, I'm not signed in. But yeah, there is something... I did see that the other day. That it was really cool. And it was all Rust toolchain, basically. From the executable to the... I think the LLVM backend even was like different somehow. And then it was also Rust. And then there's like a Rust libc that's all Rust, which is... It's crazy. It blows my mind. So yeah, this is cool. So anyway, that's Cosmopolitan. So that's where we are. Actually, portable executable happened like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Cosmopolitan, libc, and now Llamafile, right? And so here we are, right? Something I could actually use. Ferrocene. Oh, maybe was it Ferrocene? I don't think so. I don't think it was. I don't think that's what it was. Let me see. I don't think so. No, no, it wasn't Ferrocene, but that is that too. That's for like embedded stuff, right? But yeah, it's for what is? Why does it keep doing this? Yeah, it's not Ferrocene. Oh, this is the this is a toolchain thing. Yeah, there is Ferrocene, right? And it did get the final stages of qualification for ISO, right? Which is really cool. So you can now you can almost use Rust in aerospace. That's cool. That's sick. I think like C++ is fine, but honestly, like unless you're like this GigaChad programmer, you're not gonna, even if you are a GigaChad, you're still gonna have problems, right? Maybe it was this. What was it? This? Let me see. I don't actually know. GNU utils needs to be a drop-in replacement for GNU utils. Oh, there's this too. Interesting. But yeah, there's some good stuff coming down the pipe. Like we're gonna shed our libc. Don't they use Ada or something? Yeah, I mean you could use Ada, right? And that's like more formal verification. Like I'd rather use Ada than C++, right? But yeah, I mean anything is. I know a lot of people who do. Well, I know one person who does aerospace, and they do like satellite stuff. I don't know specifically what they do. I think it's like firmware or something, but they use C++. So I know it does exist, and like those are probably like not. I don't think it's like military stuff necessarily, but I'm back and forth with C++. I want to like it, but it works against me. Yeah, I mean, it works against my brain. I never understood C++. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like C++.
Advent of OCaml is nearly upon us. Sean's body nor mind is prepared for the amount of OCaml he will be writing this month. Also, Nightshade is a Yigachid.
Nightshade dude isn't here, so you don't have to. He won't. he won't ban you for like 10 seconds. Yeah, maybe I'll do Advent of OCaml. I don't know. I'm not like a huge Advent of Code fan, I guess. If I was gonna do anything, I'd use Weewa, right? I'd use Weewa for Advent of Code. I don't want to die because some rando is a Rust fanboy. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die. Don't worry. Rust will save you. Okay. Yeah, but I agree with you. Like, obviously, formal verification is much more important in like aerospace than like Rust, like borrow checker stuff. I learned to program with C++. Sorry, Python, you're a toilet and it has a special place. Yeah, I also, like, in college, we only had, because I was an electrical engineer, but they wanted to show us programming, so they showed us Java and C, obviously, but more like Verilog and like System C and like VHDL. That's not really C. And then they showed us C++, and it's like, I've used C++ to like build things in anger. Like I wrote, like I used SDL to like write Pong, but oh my gosh, like I was like, why would anyone use this? Like it's not nice. Like it's not a good, the build systems. I mean, I haven't used C++ in years, so like, but the build, like Cargo is like light years ahead of what I did before, right? VHDL, yeah. FPGAs are expensive. They didn't used to be though, right? FPGAs, they didn't used to be expensive. When I was in college, like they were normal prices. Like we used Xilinx, right? Hey, Xilinx is still going. Did Xilinx get bought? Oh, AMD bought Xilinx. I did not know this. I should really pay attention. But yeah, Xilinx FPGAs were okay, right? But yeah, this was before system on a chip became like a huge thing. But now it's here, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll use OCaml. I don't know. But I just feel like if I'm gonna use something that has a large runtime, I'm gonna go all the way, DM Molroy. I'm going all the way, like Weewa, straight up. Like, give me array programming languages. Give me either array programming languages or Rust, right? I don't want the in-between, you know? I just want, it's 1 or 0. I'm a programmer, okay? My life is binary. All right. I gotta look at this Llamafile, okay? I got distracted, okay? I gotta, let's see if we can get this working. Give me array programming or give me death. Exactly. Let me see this. So let's see, how can we install this? I want to, I saw something on Hacker News that that was following, right? I gotta download this, but it's 4 gigs, right? So let's download this, I guess, right? Let's get that started. And then we'll go back to this, I think. Llamafile. This person, Simon W, right? We'll just upload this. I think the best way to do it is Lava, the text image model, like JIP4 Vision. Look, if I could do JIP4 Vision on locally, good, great. And that's what we're gonna do today. So let me see, download the file from, okay, so I think I downloaded it from the UI, but it doesn't matter, right? Oh, so I've already downloaded 2 gigs, cool. Okay, so let me see, make that binary, okay, I have to wait. Run your new executable, which will start a web server on port. That's it? That's all I have to do? What in the world? Dang, that's sick. This is so easy. What in the world? Dude, this is the easiest way to run JIP4 Vision. We gotta give it some pictures though. We gotta give it hot dogs to see if it'll know if it's a hot dog. I still don't get Cosmo libc. How can they have one bin that runs on all? Yeah, that's what it's doing. Yeah, so it's actually, Addy Super, it's actually portable executable, right? It's this, right? This is the secret sauce, right? That's it. That's how you get Cosmo libc. The future of AI pair programming is not Copilot. It'll be open source models that will be used like LSPs. Yeah. I tend to agree with this, but I don't know, like AIs are, I read an article the other day that was interesting, right? They pattern match on the architecture. I mean, mostly. Rex says that is true, mostly. Okay, so let me see. So I've downloaded this. Let's go here, right? Let's go downloads, right? Let's list all my downloads, right? Let's go, what am I doing? chmod, right? All right. And then I just run this, right? Perfect. I just downloaded an executable from Hugging Face, and now I'm running it. And now it's going to start up a web thing. Oh, it's memory mapping something. I don't know what this means. But look, I know that it's quantized somehow to 4 bits. And I see that the model's 7 billion, right? Ooh, found device, Apple M1. Okay, sweet. GPU, MTL GPU. Loading weights, listening, Llama server listening. This is the easiest thing. Okay, so now what can I do? Navigate to upload an image and start chatting with the model about it in your browser. Oh my gosh. Okay, how do I do it? Oh, upload image right here. Look at all these options. Oh my goodness. Look at all, you can do a prompt template, right? Incredible. Okay, this is cool. All right, so let me find a hot dog. Let's find a hot dog, right? Let's see, hot dog image, right? Hot dog images. Oh, these are good hot dogs. Okay, so this one's definitely a hot dog. So we'll take this, right? We'll take this one, just screenshot it, right? Here we go. Okay, save, right? We're gonna upload it because I wrote code to do's and I used stupid OpenAI's API. Okay, so here we go, right? Upload the picture of a hot dog. I uploaded it.
Yum,
wait, did I?
hot dog so good. Yes, yes, yes.
They are. Like, honestly, like, but hot dogs are actually really bad for you. Because I guess, like, they feed pigs, like, plastic. And so it's got all these microplastics. Let me see. Is this a hot dog? I love how there's no indication that I've uploaded the image, though. Okay, is this a hot dog? It's doing something. They've somehow put a CSS overlay into the thing. Is it going? Oh, it's thinking. Oh my gosh, my computer's like freezing. Oh my gosh, it's taking over. Has it been grilled? This is like a raw hot dog, though. It says, Llama says, yes, this is a hot dog. It has been grilled and topped with mustard and ketchup on a bun. But, like, it wasn't even grilled. But you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. Wow, that took a lot of resources, though. I will say that. Plastics are tasty. Oh, my gosh. How is the upgrade to Axum 0.7? Wait, is there a new version of Axum? Grizz 3, Badman. What's up? Welcome back. Is there a new version of I don't even know if there's a new version of Axum. Honestly, like Axum, I'm starting to think like maybe we're overthinking this, right? Maybe we should just have Wildlet connection. Wildlet's okay connection equals like Tokyo whatever listen, right? And then we'll just put things in a loop, right? Maybe we're overthinking it. I don't know. Oh, 0.7 is that? Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at Axum. Codespace, what's up? Welcome. Okay, let's look at Axum one real quick. That was so easy. That was like ridiculously easy, right? I can't believe. Okay, let's upload. That's not a hot dog, right? Let's upload like let's upload a picture of a computer, right? Computer from the 90s. There we go. From 1990. There you go. Someone actually did this. There we go. That's the thing. Here we go. Perfect. So this is not. Oh, it's a Mac. Okay, this is perfect. All right, let's get this right. There we go. All right, sweet. Am I still listening to this? Yes, I am. Thank goodness. All right. We'll put this in here. Upload image. Right. Is this one a hot dog? I honestly like. This is, I mean, you gotta admit, like, this is really freaking cool. Like, the vision stuff is like, that's the stuff that's blowing my mind. It's like, this used to be so complicated. And I literally just downloaded a 4 gig file from the internet and I ran it. It just says no straight up. Oh, okay. It's actually, no, it is not a hot dog. The image features an old-fashioned Apple computer with its keyboard and monitor sitting on top of the desk. Old-fashioned. Dang. This is good. All right. How do I declare a variable in Rust? Code space. What in the world? What is happening? Are we learning Rust right now? This is the stream for you, okay? You're going to learn about Rust. But you're going to learn about Superlet. You know what I mean? And Rust 2024 edition, which will be the best Rust edition ever created. Everything can be a hot dog if you try hard enough. Yeah, I mean, we could stretch it a little bit, I guess. Let's see. As a string, yes. What is happening? Codespace, are you coming in here to be taught Rust right now? You just come in here? You're going from C to Rust? I mean, like, if you're going from C, like, you know how to program, right? I mean, I think you'd get more mileage out of ChatGift, right? Or we can ask Llama, right? Yeah, you could just go to the docs. But we can ask Llama, right? What was your question? Let's see. How do I declare? Oh no. Oh, here we go. Let's do this specifically. How to declare? Let's literally put this in, right? Let's see if it'll do it. Right? Let's see if it'll do it. So it says 5 tokens per second. That's so slow. That is like, I need a more powerful computer. Or they need to optimize the LLMs more, right? They need to optimize the LLMs. That's the problem. It's not my problem. Okay, my problem is not that. Oh my gosh, it's totally. We need to reset because it doesn't understand. It doesn't understand. Oh, this thing's so stupid. Okay, let's stop, right? Because it's really slowing down my computer. Let's reset, right? Okay, let's add a question mark, right? So it understands. You really got to finesse these things, you know? Oh my gosh, what? Wait, but didn't I reset this? Why is there an image still? Oh no, I've ran into, it was going so well. You know what I mean? It was going so well. This model, like, doesn't get it. Like, Llama doesn't. Oh. This is why we still use ChatGift, okay? It just doesn't understand. Reset to all to default. There we go. Can I? Yeah, what if I refresh this? Okay, let's try one more time, right? No image. No image, Llama, okay? We'll come back to Twitch. Oh my gosh, this is so slow. It's crazy how much it's using. Oh, exorcism. Yeah, that'd be good too, right? Okay, let me see. Oh, here it is. Oh, let my variable 42. Cool. Okay, so let's stop this, right? What in the world? What in the world? Why don't do this? Do not do this. All right, cool. So this is sweet. Llamafile works. Let's look at Axum. Let me look at Axum. How do I get? Where do I get? Where am I going? Axum Rust. Oh, there it was. I had it. There it is. Why am I not signed into GitHub? It's so weird. All right, let's look at the releases. Right? Oh, there's already a 7.1. Oh, it's a fix the README. Oh shoot. All right, let's read the release. Is there a blog too? Is there like a blog I can read, or is it just here? Right? I think it's just here, right? Okay, so this is. Let's look. It looks like it hasn't changed too much. Let's see. Update public dependencies. Axum requires hyper 1.0. Blah blah blah. Tower 0.5 removed, deprecated, website upgrade, max queue. The following type traits are no longer generic over the request body. Uh-oh. The following are no longer generic over the request body. The B type param has been removed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might be a problem for me. This one might not be good. Oh no. From request parts, B. Do I use that in my, let's see. Am I using this? I'm gonna stop this thing. It's taking so much resources. Am I using this? Impl from request? From request parts? For using? Oh, I think I'm okay. I don't actually do impl from request though, right? I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine, right?
Hello, Peter.
Probably fine.
What's
right?
happening?
Francis, forever. Welcome. It's a whip. Average Mac experience. Rexay's always hating. Always hating on the Mac. Look, I'm a Mac, okay? We just work, all right? I miss those ads. I miss the ads where it was like that guy who was like an actor, but he's like really nerdy and old. Not old, but like, you know, middle-aged. Then it was like, I think Justin Long or something. I forgot his name. But yeah, he was a Mac and he was a PC. Axum, oh my gosh, look at all this breaking. Are you kidding me? Axum no longer re-exports hyperbody, as that type is removed. Instead, Axum has its own body type. What do I use for body? Do I even use it at all? I don't think I do. I think I stayed away from that kind of stuff. I just let Axum be Axum, right? Axum body. Oh, I am right here, but that's probably fine. Extract body stream has been removed as, oh my gosh, look at all these breaking changes because of the underlying crates. This is insane. Let's try it. Let's try to upgrade. Oh my gosh. They renamed things? This is crazy. Typed header? Typed header's been moved to Axum Extra. Oh no. Typed header. Axum body spray? I would rather take Axum body spray than like have to deal with this upgrade. This sounds horrible. Like, why would you do this? This, dude, I'm not into this. Remove re-exports of empty and full. Use, but, oh my gosh. I use this too. The response returned into response must use, oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Axum response does this. Okay, that's probably fine, I guess. What else is breaking? What else? What can they not break? Remove the box body type alias. Box body, right? Where's my thing, right? Axum body. Body full from. So what do I have to do? Removed re-exports of empty and full. Use Axum body empty and body from instead of full. Oh my gosh. Okay, remove the. I don't know if this is worth it. Use body new instead of box body. I don't think I use this. I don't do this either, I don't think, right? The following types from no longer implement into response. Really? Interesting. Unsync box body doesn't. This might be a problem. Extract request type alias, where the body is. Oh, okay. Oh, so they added new stuff. There's a request extractor. I didn't even know that was a thing. What is that? What does that happen now? Does that happen? Request. Axum extract request. Right? Does it? Is that a thing? No, that's not even a thing. Oh, so now there's a request extractor. Okay, interesting. What does it do? What does it do though? Let's see. I might not use Axum anymore. I don't know. I'm getting burned all the time. Basically, I think we should use core body for consistency. Blah 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 blah. Use body in response. Is this what I was doing? Is this the right one? Did I click the right one? No, I didn't click it, right? Oh, I did. They just don't even talk about it though, right? I'm not even sure what request does. Like, I'm actually not even sure. What is this music? It's horrible. Added router as service and router into service to work around type inference issues when calling service. Removed Axum server. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Axum server. Do I not use server? I do in main. I do, actually. That would break too. Oh, that's hyper server. Wait, really? Oh, but they removed the re-export though. That's the problem, right? Axum. Will they use Axum, right? Use Axum. Ooh, yeah. All right, I guess I could try it, right? There's a lot of breaking stuff here. I don't use the nest stuff in the router. I guess the goal is to use, use Axum serve or for more, oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, let's just try it and see what happens, right? Let's try it. Cargo, Toml, Axum, wherever it is, right? It's right here, 0.7. 0.7.1, right? Latest and greatest, baby.
62 bottles of beer on the wall, 62 bottles of beer, take one down, pass it around, 61 bottles of beer on the wall.
That's how it is. That is how it is. Let's do cargo build F backend, right? Let's do that. Uh-oh. Version that the what does it say? Failed to select a version for Axum. Oh, it doesn't exist yet. Let's try 0.7. Let's try that. What in the world? It depends on Axum with features headers, but Axum does not have these. There's no more headers, right? Because that's what they removed that because it's in Axum Extra now, right? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what it is. What is it though, right? Axum Extra, and now I have to come down here and do Axum Extra, right? Oh my gosh. You got to commit to the bit. Yeah, you have committed for sure. Rocket got a new version, and I have heard everything. The thing about Rocket is that it's super slow, right? Rocket is super slow, but maybe they made it faster. I don't know. I need to remove headers feature. Yep. Okay, now it's building, right? I don't know, like, about Axum, though. Like, honestly, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Oh, I did get it, though. Okay, that's not horrible, right? That's not terrible, right? Let's see. Unresolved imports, rejection, typed header rejection, right? Axum server and type. Okay, so these are the three things that are completely broken. So let's just do them one by one, I guess, right? So typed header does not exist, right? Which is fine. So we'll get rid of that, right? Typed header rejection does not exist also. And we'll get rid of Axum server, right? Okay. Now we've gotten rid of all those, but of course, this is going to be Axum serve, right? And then we do adder, right? Serve. Oh, that's it. What does it take? Make service. Okay, so it takes 2 arguments. Make routes, right? Await, unwrap, right? This I can probably just do this. Can I do this? Do I have the impl for that? Yeah, I think I do. What is this? Remove these generics from the middleware. No. Man. All right. It was working and now it's not working. Next. So what does next do now? Oh, next doesn't have a generic? Oh, because they have their own it's actually a little better, right? Oh, and now you don't need this generic anymore, right? And you also don't need this anymore, right? Oh. Wait, you do need that. You do need the B. Oh, I see. Let's look at the docs, I guess. Because that's what remove B type param, right? So what did it say? What did it say here? Remove. This is horrible. I don't like this. This is like not fun. The following are no longer generic over the request body. The B type param has been removed. Next, which is what I just ran into, and then also handler, right? Or handler service, I think, which is what I'm doing. So if I go to Axum, if I do Axum request, okay. So what is request is now, it still is though, right? So I'd have to do, the body type was Axum now request, did they call it something? No longer re-exports hyperbody. It has its own Axum body, right? Okay, so B, so request, what is this? What's wrong with this? Next run request, mismatch types. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Oh, expected request body, found request B, right? Okay, so let's do, it just takes a request, it looks like, right? I think this might actually be better. So let me see, Axum request maybe? No, what is it? What is this one? Let's look at this. Let's go to run. What is a request? Oh, it's an extractor. Oh, it's now an extractor. So the middleware from FN, we gotta read the docs. Oh, we gotta read the docs on this. I think they're making it easier, but I don't actually know. I'm getting so sidetracked. Oh my gosh, it's been an hour. Oh my goodness. Tokyo RS Axum. I mean, Axum isn't like blazingly fast either, but I don't know. Let's see. Consumed body and extractor and middleware. Middleware. Is there an example? There's not an example. Oh my gosh. I honestly can't wait till AI takes this away from us. Okay, I just want to code. All right, I just want to be out here coding. I don't want to be out here doing all this. Let's go to crates, right? Look, you can look at my process right here. Okay. Let's go to crate. Let's go to Axum, right? We'll go to the docs, right? We'll come down here. We'll do middleware. Middleware. Request extensions, no. Closing captures, no. Let's do middleware. Middleware from FN. Okay, so it takes 2 things, but that's just the be an async function, take 1 or more extractors, take next as the final argument. Okay, let's look at the example. So request comes from where? Axum that's what it was. We'll do Axum extract. I already said it, but I just didn't even know. Ooh, that is a lot nicer actually. That is quite a bit nicer. All right, what else? Okay, this just takes the don't borrow anymore. Is that what we're doing? The trait bound from Tokyo. Oh my gosh, this is breaking some real stuff here, right? That's not good. Is not satisfied. Following other types. Ugh. The music also stopped. I gotta go. Where's my YouTube history? I'll just work through this real quick and then I'll be done. Nice. That was what we were just listening to. This one, I don't know if it is though, right? Oh, this is just a one thing, right? But I did know copyright sounds. Oh, this was a really good video. Was it this? Oh, it was this. I got so distracted. Axum isn't the fastest, but it makes sense. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Caffeinate. Is it slow in how many requests it can handle? No, it's not slow in how many requests it can handle. It's it's slow to develop, I guess, or slow to learn, I guess, right? When I say it's not the fastest, I mean literally, it's not the fastest. Like that's what I mean. Like if you look at this, right? These are like the fastest, right? But Axum's here, right? So like it's within an order of magnitude, right? It's still in the same ballpark. It's just not the fastest, right? Let me see. No copyright sounds. Okay, let's see. Videos. Also, shout out no copyright sounds. I can actually play music and leave it in the VOD, even if it's not like my favorite music. But hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's what I mean. All right, so let me drink the rest of this. I need some energy to get through this madness. All right. Now that you listen to my swallow sounds, 6 out of the 10 fastest ones are in Rust. Yeah, and Fortunes is a good example of like a real world. This is the closest you can get to real world. All this other stuff, like maybe multiple queries, maybe, but Fortunes is like real, right? It's like it does a database request. It returns a bunch of stuff from the database as HTML or JSON, or I don't think it's JSON, but it's whatever. It does the whole thing, right? Database to UI basically, right? But yeah, that is true. Rust, C, Java. Does anyone actually use Vertex? Does anyone actually use Vertex though? Is that like a real thing? Does anyone? I don't know if anyone actually does this. Eclipse, like, I mean, does anyone? Someone out there, you tell me. You tell me if you use Vertex. I feel like no one does, but yeah, Java and then Rust. So yeah, so if you look at the top 7 or the top 10, right? There is 6 in Rust, and Just.js is up here, right? And I used Javelin, it was fine. Yeah. I mean, like the perf doesn't matter. The thing that matters about this is not the absolute requests per second. It's I'm glad that it's high, because when I add all my application specific code, this will drop, right? This is not gonna be, it's not gonna be this, right? It's gonna be way lower than this. But I want it to have a high ceiling so that I can come in and wreck it, okay? Like, so I can add all my business logic and be like, yeah, now it's really slow. But like, if you start at 100 requests per second, there's not too much room before I get to 1, right? And I don't want to have 1 request per second. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. 1 request per second is probably fine. Like Rails does it, you know? But it's nice to have a high ceiling. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to do that. But I mean, the point of Rust for web dev is it performs naked, the better it'll perform. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's important. Not the absolute number, like, ooh, it's the fastest. Like, ooh, look at that. But like, no, it's just like, give me some ceiling so I can come in and ruin it, okay? Like, I want to ruin this thing. Okay, so what am I doing here? What is this? The trait bound from stir is not satisfied. Oh my gosh. Like, how did this get broken? What in the world? What did I do? I guess we have to do like, what does serve take? Can I just pass it? Oh, it needs a TCP listener. Okay. Let's just call it listener, I guess, right? TCP listener. Bind maybe, right? What does bind do? Where's bind? What is that? Creates a new bind. Oh, okay. So let's just do that, I guess, right? Go back to bind. Put it in here. Unwrap, I guess. I don't know. Is that the thing? Listener. There we go. Oh, listener. I renamed it, and I did not use the thing. I did not use the LSP. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a future. Oh, wait. I guess. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's see. Boxed. Failed or could not find full. You import it. Full, refer to it directly. Okay, so let body equals this is for my static file stuff. So I'd have to just do axum body, right? And then what do I do here? What is it? It takes a bunch of bytes, right? Or I'd have to do axum body from, right? If you import full. Oh, that's not really body from. I would just say body from, and then we could do asset.data, right? Instead of a box body. Oh, that is a lot nicer. This is what it was before, and this is what it is now. That actually makes way more sense. This makes way more sense. Okay, I'm on board with this. Axum it's going okay. Okay, it's going all right. The trait bound is not satisfied now. Okay, let's keep going. Actually, let's look at this. The trait bound. Impl into response pre-escaped is not satisfied. Isn't it though? Oh, this is the underlying, this is mod. Mod, I'm using mod. I can't do it anymore. I need to actually, I can't do it because it's in a crate. Is that number of requests? Yeah, that's RPS. And the hardware is also important, right? This is the physical hardware, and they do have something about like what the hardware was. A Dell R440 Xeon Gold, right? And then they have the cloud numbers too. Actually, I don't even have the cloud numbers. Nice. The cloud numbers don't exist, right? They don't do cloud anymore. But yeah, you're not gonna probably be using this, I guess, realistically, right? But yeah, this is also interesting. The framework overhead for fortunes, right? And so like you'll see like Ruby with Rhoda is like quite a bit. It's pretty high, right? So like so Rhoda is not really doing too much, right? Which is true because it's like a tree router, right? And so that is happening. So that's 1.5 billion per hour on Axum. I think you're fine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm totally fine. Like it's overkill, honestly. Like Axum. That's the thing about Rust. It's like it's overkill, right? But I don't really like the point of Rust for web dev. For me, is not requests per second. Is this expressive enough so that I don't have to like go out of the language, right? I want to write everything, the front end, the back end, background jobs, everything in one language, right? ETL, right? And you can with Rust, like, and that's what I love about it, right? Like, cause at work I use multiple languages, right? And I use Tailwind to get away from CSS, but I use multiple languages. I use HTML, right? But here I'm just calling it Rust, right? It looks like HTML, but it's still like Rust, like struct like things. And then I use CSS. I use JavaScript, right? I use Ruby, and I use, on top of Ruby, I use Rails, right? And so you could argue that Rails with active support is its own language, right? So that's like, what is it? How many languages is it? 4, 5 languages? Or 4 or 5 like paradigms or like things I have to like constantly switch between, right? But if I do this, it's all Rust, baby. It's all Rust. Oh, typed header. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I added Axum Extra. So if I go use Axum, I go use Axum Extra, type what? Rust is so great. Rust is so great. And then it's like, what am I doing here? Axum Extra. Can I find this? There we go. Oh, I'm way behind on that, right? Let's go back to cargo. I need to actually be like 0.9 apparently, right? I didn't realize it was already there. right? What are the features? I think I need typed header. Feature, we'll leave on stupid features. Typed header, right? All right. I don't like. There we go. Let's see. So let's try it again, right? Failed to select a version, which satisfies the dependency. Locked. Apparently this is wrong, right? Apparently the version I chose was wrong. It's 0.9, but maybe it's not, right? Headers 0.4. Why do I have headers? What is that? Okay, well, we'll just leave it, I guess, right? Maybe I don't want to leave it, though, right? We'll just do that, I guess, and let's see what happens. Oh. Perhaps the crate was updated and forgot to be re-vendored? It's possible. Cargo... I don't know how to re-vendor a dependency. Cargo... clean, I guess? I don't know. Let's see. Cargo build backend? Let's just delete cargo.locked, right? There we go. Let's try it again. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I need the header feature in Axum? Oh, really? Let me see. Or do I need the... Let's go here, but let's go here instead, and we'll just drop extra from both of these because I don't actually know how to navigate this UI. Feature flags. Form header. There's no header. This typed header is a feature flag, right? I was llamaing. Llamafile, Ejective Alice and Llamafile is really cool. Like, it only takes these steps, right? So if I go here, Llamafile, I go to the comments, right? This first comment is all it takes. You do this wget chmod and you run it, and then it pops up a web UI, and now you have a crappy version of Gibbed 4 Vision, right? Where the spicy Z takes, what in the world? That guy Doru. So you gotta look at that, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's incredible. I don't need anything else. Okay. Whoa, my goodness. What spicy Z takes?
Hello, Peter.
That guy Doru.
What's happening?
What do you want to hear about? You want to hear about single files? We want to hear about single files right now? I gotta go pretty soon, but let me see. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this right here. The found keyword oh yeah. Okay. Let's go back, right? Okay, boom. Axum extra. Hit typed. Reload maybe. Axum extra. We'll refresh, let the LSP do its thing, let it do its magic. Drink some more tea. Okay, no swallow sounds. We got it. Axum extra time. Oh my. Where is it though? Where is it? Where's typed header? Where is it? Let. Is it not? Does it not exist? It's mostly renaming. Yeah, it is. Just seeing you around in my feed. Didn't know you stream. Oh. Sad. That guy Doru, so sad. So sad, you know? That's the problem with Twitter, right? Is they'll like drip things to you, right? So that you keep and you're like, oh, I found the thing I actually wanted to find, right? And so it's like you're on this like weird like IV drip of information. And so you feel like it's a fire hose, but like realistically they'll just keep you in this bubble of like, oh, this is all the same stuff, just said differently. Axum extra routing. Oh, it's in routing. It doesn't, why doesn't it show up though? Right? Am I crazy? Unbelievable. Routing. Typed header. Well, there's your problem. Consider importing Axum extra typed header. It's not gonna work either though. Oh, shoot. It's not even in routing. It's just typed header. All right, we got that. We got that done. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this mod thing though. Oh, I need cookie. I wish. I wish. Let me see. Did they remove the cookie thing too? There's no way, right? Let me see. Cookie. Maybe it's in type. No. Did they remove cookie too? Shoot. How am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to upgrade cookie dependency? How am I supposed to do anything without cookie? What in the world? Axum headers cookie, right? Use Axum extra. What in the world? What's in here? Cookie? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, call because I'm about to leave like pretty soon. Probably like 5 minutes. I just wanted to try to see if I can upgrade this thing. This is not going to be upgradable. Okay, like within this, I'm using too many Axum. I need to separate Axum from my code. Also, typed header rejection now, right? Oh my gosh. Now we have to look up what happened to typed header rejection. And we have to look up what happened to the cookie, right? Consider importing crate. Use Axum extra headers. Okay. Oh, it is. There is a, really? Use Axum extra typed. Maybe I need to actually restart the LSP. Typed header rejection, right? Did that work? No way. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, really? That's it? That's all it was. Oh, that's cool. Okay, sweet. Let me see. Oh, sweet. So we could just do cookie, right? Will come from Axum extra. Ugh. Axum extra the headers, right? Headers cookie, I guess. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, it works. Oh yeah, so it's definitely my LSP. But this one, this last one, is not looking good. You know, this is not looking good. I use this everywhere. This is used in every handler ever. And so mod no longer implements into response because they changed the body, right? And 136 others. Hey, nice watch streak. Let's look. Let's go to mod. Let's go to mod. You know, Rust mod. This is literally what I do off stream. I literally do this when I'm doing side projects. Upgrade 5 days ago, right? So let's look at what they've done in the last little bit. Yeah, so it looks like no Axum updates, right? It's because they have an Axum integration. So if we go into the code, right, and we go mod source, no mod macros possibly. Maybe go to mod, right? Is it in lib? Oh, it's all in one file. I really had to ditch mod though, honestly. Here it is. Axum core body box body. There's your problem. There's your problem. I have to submit a pull request to mod to get this fixed. I'm not gonna do it today though, right? Axum is deprecated. We're gonna deprecate Axum. All right. There's nothing more frustrating. I just did the same upgrade, having same issues. Z8 Luna. Yeah, it's serious. Just run LSP restart. Oh, I could do it though. LSP restart. No problem. No problem, right? But yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Right. It should have built from scratch. It's true. Well, like, I mean, Primation says don't be a frameworker, right? And this is what we're doing. We're in here dealing with framework problems. This is what we should do, right? This is what I'm going to do. On my next project, I'm going to abandon Axum, right? And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say while let OK connection, right? From Tokyo, whatever, accept, or whatever it does, right? Not a wait or whatever, right? Boom. And then I'm literally just going to come in here and like, this is middleware that runs before handlers. It runs after. This runs after, right? And then I'm literally gonna come in here and just like call functions, right? I'm gonna have my own enum router, right? Which I did. right? Index or whatever, right? This is get, right? And I'm going to say match route, right? I'm going to say let route equals route router, right? And then I'll come in here and I'll say match, I'll just call it match route, right? And then that's it, right? This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna change this so that we can do this, right? But I already do this for Axum, but yeah. And then I'm just gonna do this, right? That's it. I'm just gonna match on a route. That's all I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna have dynamic routes or any of this madness. Like, no, we're just gonna have regular old stuff, right? Middleware, yeah. So it's just Axum, yeah. Write your own Axum. I was thinking about it. Cool, because I'm took it from scratch. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, maybe I don't actually want Axum, right? The thing, okay, so this is my only problem with Axum, right? Now I've been using Axum for so long, I'm starting to have annoyances about it, right? And my problem with Axum is this. Let's go to like a handler. Like, so this handler, right? We cannot automate. We can't abstract. Each handler is a unique snowflake, right? We can't put this in we can't do this, right? Controller, right? Which has async, right? FN index, right? You know, and then like it has a bunch of stuff, right? Like new, right? Update, like this is Rails essentially, right? This is Rails actually. So I can't even do this if I wanted to, right? Because each of these have to have the same set of arguments, right? But since each one is a different snowflake, I have to change it, right? So that each one of these has a set extractor, right? So extractors are the best feature of Axum, but also the worst feature of Axum, right? I mean, REST controller. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I don't actually know if this is a good idea anymore. To tell you the truth, I don't know if resource routing is a good idea. It feels good. It feels like you're making progress and automating things, but it actually adds more cognitive overhead to what you're trying to do, right? And what you're trying to do in web is like, even with React and all that stuff, basically what you're trying to do is show a form and submit a form, right? That's what in information systems, right? That's like what you're trying to do. So like in my routes, I literally come in here and I don't do this because this is totally broken. But if I come in here and I do this, right? I come in here and I have my enum router that automates all that dumb Axum stuff, right? And then when it comes to Axum, right, I just call route router, which is if I go to my macro, right, and I go to OK quote, right? So I impl this derive does this, right? And it comes in here and it does all of this stuff, right? So it automates away having to say router, like new, whatever, because you want a const for your URL and you also want a way to refer to that const, but you don't have to come in here and say route, whatever, right? Or you don't have a const index equals this, right? So I just automated that away with this macro, right? And then you go index, right? And then here you would say like get index. Like this whole thing was like so boilerplatey, so I automated it away, right? And so now I have this enum router, and I come in here. This happens one time. This maps to the snake case, right? So like this maps to this automatically. So if I change this, right, it breaks, right? Cannot find value index in this scope, right? So yeah. You mean CRUD repository? Rex says I did it though. I don't want a const for my URL. Bad cop, yes you do, because how are you going to refer to it later? You want to refer to it later. That's what you want. You do want it. So anyway, this happens, right? And so I automated all this away. And like, you know, what someone would tell you, oh, why don't you just use Copilot? Copilot will do the boilerplates. Like, if Copilot's doing boilerplate, that should not exist. That code should not exist, and you should have already abstracted it away, right? And this is my argument about Copilot, right? Is like, you shouldn't have all this boilerplate. But that's what I'm saying about Axum, is it introduces boilerplate in the form of extractors for every async handler, right? Which is I do like it, but I don't like it. I don't refer to my URLs. Bad cop, Bad Cop is a I don't know if anyone knows this, but Bad Cop is a legit programmer. Okay, like probably the giggest of the Giga Chads. Okay, if that happens, you get what Spring Boot does. So much magic. Giga Chadette. I mean, I don't know what you want to call it, but you know, there's only one thing I could say. If that happens, oh yeah, you get what Spring Boot does. Yeah, that's true. It's possible. I don't know how to program. I just do the computer. Bash 100%, no skips. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, Bash Stack there is no boilerplate in Bash Stack. Bash Stack is a perfect representation of web applications. I will say that. But yeah, I gotta get out of here. Who's streaming? Can I raid somebody? Finite raided me yesterday, so Trash Puppy. I would raid Bash Bunny, but like she's probably doing some Pomodoro thing. So it's like what's the point? We'll raid Trash Puppy. I always forget if there's an A in there, you know? Why do you always flee when I join? I know, we're just ships in the night, you know, passing on our different ways. The boilerplate is in just one keyword. Yeah, that is true. All right, but yeah, let's raid Trash Puppy. Let me see, raid Trash Puppy. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's December 1st. Should I do Advent of Code? Everyone's doing Advent. I feel like I should probably do Advent, but it's not going to be OCam, I'll tell you that much. Possibly Weewa. Ooh, will I do Weewa for Advent of Code? Dude. You should too? Yeah. I'll do it. I need some spoilers. Yeah, we'll try to learn Weewa and do Advent of Code at the same time, right? You want to try it in Bash? We need Bad Cop for Bat. I can't do Advent of Code in Bash. There's no way. In Swift? Swift. Maybe Swift. If I fail at Weewa, which I will, I'll switch over to Swift. I don't do Advent of Code either. I'm dumb. Yes, you can. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I think the raid went. I'm actually not watching.